Welcome to Court Farm Chickens. Today we're going to do a video on sexing chicken, so seeing what's a cockerel, what's a hen. These are 12 weeks old and you'll be able to see the sort of distinct and more subtle differences between them. Okay, you have to excuse the noise, we're right next to the duck enclosure, and as anyone with ducks knows, they are not the quietest of creatures. So, we're just going to go through a few different breeds, which are all hens, because I've got a cockerel of one breed, but I don't have any more hens left. They've all been sold. But I have hens of other breeds, but the principle is the same in comparison. So, here we have the classic brown hen, your Warren, your Isa brown, all very similar. So this is a hen. So you can see at 12 weeks old, very little comb development. There is a comb, all girl chickens have combs, but still very small. Quite a small voice. The neck feathers are all sort of fluffy, quite large, like the rest of its body. There's no distinctive difference there. Feels quite smooth. Feet are just normal chicken size feet. One of the big differences with the cockerels is they have much bigger feet, but you will only know that if you have another chicken to compare it to, if that makes sense. So if you just have a cockerel, you're not going to know it's got big feet. When you have it in amongst the hens, you suddenly realise, wow, that one's got quite large feet. So yeah, that's a hen, and I'll show you some other breeds. Basically, the different colours, the different, slightly different shapes, but in principle, it's all the same. Okay, here we have a leghorn. It's a leghorn bassin hybrid. These are a lot more flighty than your normal hen, but still, same principle, very light coloured, small comb. The other thing is this. Okay, alright. There's not a lot of development of the cheek, the wattles or anything going on. Yeah. The thing with leghorns is they've forgotten they're a chicken and they can't fly. They really do try to. So again, sort of normal sized feet, thinner legs. As your hen, a lot of people say you can tell by the tail feathers if it's a boy, but you'll notice this breed, extremely long tail feathers. That's what they're known for really, the leghorn. So don't just go, oh, it's got a long tail to mean it's a boy. This is definitely a girl, long tail. So, okay, another breed, light Sussex. Same principle. See, small comb, light colour, pink rather than bright red. Not really any cheek development there. Notice this one's got a smaller tail. Again, feet. The other thing that I would look for on the feet is the spur, which is a little nobule on the back there. Hens is non-existent really, it's just a little sort of lump. It's much more profound in the male cockerels, it's what they use for fighting. It's not as profound at 12 weeks old, sometimes you do have to feel for it, but it is there as they grow. It's almost like a dog's dew claw, sort of same principle. So, hens, now we'll get the cockerel. So, you've got the comb, very pronounced wattle there. It's colouring, even though it's bigger, it's also darker. You've got a dark red. Now, this is what I mean about the chest feathers, the breast feathers on the hen. They're just fluffy and big like the rest of the chicken. I don't know if you pick up, but on the cockerel, they're thinner. You can feel it. They're a different feel to them. This is because when the cockerels are fighting, all this comes up. Big puffy, big male. So they have smaller, thinner feathers and more numerous. Also stronger. They're also a lot stronger than the hens. Feet. It's like an emu. Yeah. This is what I mean by very noticeable size difference in the feet. It's the length of the leg, the size of the foot. Now, if you just had this, you might not know, but you compare it to the hen's feet, they're ginormous. Okay. The other thing is, I'm sure you can hear the voice. This one's voice is starting to crack now, so it is a deeper voice. Even without the crowing, its general clucking is a deeper sort of sound. Okay. The other thing with cockerels is it is breed dependent. It does depend on the breed, but whereas hens will have a colouring sort of through them, it's nice and fluid, like the light Sussex I showed you. It's got the black on the neck and it runs through nicely. Cockerels quite often have what is called the flashing, so it's got the coloration there, but then on the wing it has distinctive flashes. This one's got the browns, it's also got a bit of blue on the other side coming through. I'll see that now. But yeah, don't just go on size either. This is obviously quite a big boy, but it is a Beechwood Blue, a bluebell. Bluebell hens are bigger than the other hens. Unfortunately, I just don't have any left to show you. So yes, this is bigger, but the bluebell hens, bluebell breed is bigger. However, if I did have a bluebell hen, this would still be bigger because it's a boy. Okay, we'll just show you a couple more breeds. This is quite an obvious cockerel. We'll show you a breed that isn't quite so obvious, it's more subtle. Okay, so this is your Road Rock. It's a hybrid hen. Goes by quite a few names: Comet, Copper Comet, Black Star. It's a hybrid hen. It's from the Rhode Island Red. Really nice bird. They're not the smartest of birds, but they're very pretty and they're very affectionate. So you'll notice with this breed, you do have cheek development. Okay, so it is quite tricky. This is a hen. You've got the small comb, maybe a little bit larger than the other breeds, but it's still the light pink in colour. But this breed does have a bit of cheek development going on there. Apart from that, again, smaller feet, smaller tail. Obviously a hen. But I'll get the cockerel. Again, the cockerel isn't the same breed as this, but it's a cousin. It's a hydrangea, so it's a very close breed to this, but the hydrangea has a white silvery finish, not copper like these. So I'll just grab him and show you that he's more of a subtle. I was looking at him for a few weeks wondering is it he or isn't he, but it's clear now he is, so I'm going to show you him. Okay, so here he is. See, he's not as big as the other cockerel. He's similar size to the hens or of the similar breed. Cheek development, it's there. It's only a little bit more than the female, but you do have the red ear as well. So there's just much more red going on. Comb is bigger, but it's the colouring. It's much redder. Girls are much more pink. Ooh. Never leave your door open. So again, with the other cockerel, you can see that it picks it up, but you can certainly feel it. You just, if you have a suspicion one of your hens may be a boy, stroke the chests, and you will feel the difference. The male, I don't know how to describe it. It's a more of a sort of a bumpy feel in the feathers, are rougher, the quills. It's just because there's more of them. So you'll know if you do it, you'll feel. Again, so hasn't really got a tail. Yeah, it's got the comb and that, but not really any different from the female. But again, the feet, much larger feet, and you can see on his one, without getting pecked in the eye, there's you can just see that. There's the spur I was talking about. It's very obvious coming through here. Okay, yeah, but he's a beautiful boy. He's not found his voice yet. Yeah, it's a lot of people put pictures up. A lot of people put pictures up on the Facebook groups and things saying, is this a boy, is this a girl? It's very difficult to tell when you just have a picture of that one bird. You need to see it compared to the other birds you have. So if you have a lot of birds together and there's just one, and they're all the same age, and one has got a big comb going on and bigger feet, then, but if you just took a picture of it on its own, who knows? Because we've got nothing to go on. So if you look on our website, www.porkfarmchickens.co.uk, there'll be a page there. There'll have some pictures as well of sort of very young birds together, and you can clearly see and pick out the cockerel. It should give you a bit of a guide there. Okay, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.